This video is sponsored by Skillshare. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. The Spectrum Intelligent Filter has got to be one of the most customizable pedals out there. Straight out of the box, you can plug in and play along with 6 onboard presets based on 3 classic pedal tones: the Mu-tron 3, the Lovetone Meatball, and the Boss OC2. Like any Source Audio pedal, the fun doesn't just stop there. For the more adventurous of you, you'll be pleased to hear this pedal holds up to 128 assignable presets, all of which can be created, crafted, shared, and downloaded from your mobile phone or your desktop application. More on that in a bit. Let me walk you through the standard operation of this pedal. You don't need to understand how an envelope filter works on a technical level, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't help. It does. Speaking about learning and envelope filters, that reminds me. Skillshare has a brilliant offer ending at the end of this September, where the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare instead of the usual 14 days. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including music and bass lessons, illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and a whole lot more. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they'll always be launching new premium classes, so you can stay focused and follow where your creativity takes you. They have a large selection of classes that fit your schedule and your skill level. I've had a great time jumping between marketing and copywriting. In fact, if you look at some of my newer videos, you can see some of those lessons coming into play. Meanwhile, I've gone back to basics and I'm now learning advanced video editing with Jordi Vanderput, which I highly recommend if you need to level up your video editing skills. If you guys are looking to explore and learn a new skill this summer, come and join me and millions of other Skillshare members and start your 1-month free trial today. It'll cost you absolutely nothing, and this is the last chance for you guys to enjoy the full 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So go ahead and have a 1-month free trial of Skillshare on me. Starting in the Tron mode, this filter is Source Audio's take on the Mu-tron 3 and made famous in the 70s by Bootsy Collins, Stevie Wonder and Jerry Garcia, to name a few. This filter uses a lower resonance low pass filter with a dynamically responsive envelope. This particular mode works really well when you play with sensitivity and dynamics. You'll really need to tweak the pedal to fit your playstyle. plays well enough on bass, but I'm not feeling that full range, and it leaves me wanting more. The Dumpling mode is Source's take on the Lovetone Meatball from the 1990s. They say this mode has a higher resonance, and the low pass can be heard on recordings made by The Edge, Kirk Hammett, and Michael Gordon, to name a few. I especially love this line in the copy, works especially well for bass. Yes, it does. I prefer this mode to the Tron as it has a fuller musical register and some more harmonics. It's also a lot more musically pleasing. The Tron setting makes me feel like the bass has to sit in the bottom of the mix and behave itself. The Dumpling is just much more fun to play. The Thrust mode. Source's emulation from the monophonic tones of a Boss OC2. I do like a good octave pedal now and again, and I find this one really quite clean. In fact, I'd go as far as saying it's quite sterile sounding. Don't get me wrong, it still warbles when you try and play polyphonics, but it does sound a lot tighter than an OC2. It's a nice mode, and I can't wait to pair it up with an overdrive to get my CKY riffs a-going. The fourth preset is called Punch, with a punchy band filter perfect for slap, staccato or fingerstyle funk. Cut through the mix with a thick tone and quick response via the fast attack envelope. Punch mode works really well on bass, and it's probably down to the band pass which is being punched through the mix. I like this mode and I highly recommend it. In position number 5 we have Vocal Synth. The dry signal is mixed with a gated fuzz and monophonic octave down, which goes through the 3-stage phaser filter for a growly, vocally synth. I want to dub this effect the relationship killer. Your neighbour suddenly starts thinking he's a drummer and bangs on the wall. Meanwhile, your spouse is unconnecting you from the mains. Ten out of 10 would ruin relationship again. Lastly, we have the octave lead. Our thickest default spectrum sound lends itself well to the lead lines and solo. It's probably got a little bit more character than the default thrust, and I think I prefer this one. From here on out, you can use your remaining MIDI slots to create your very own effects. As I mentioned earlier, you can use your mobile phone and the Source Audio Neuro app, which connects from the phono jack to the TRS jack, and edit or download on the fly. If you have an Apple connector, it should work just fine. I'm not a big fan of fiddling around with mobile phones, but I have tried the app on the phone and the desktop application. Ultimately, it comes down to your personal preference. Both applications have the same options and settings. You're not missing out choosing one or the other. Most of the options are self-explanatory. It does take a little while to understand the pedal pathing, but once you do understand it, you're off to the races. This is where the true potential of this pedal really shines. You can access 25 different types of filters. A dual filter effect, which can run 2 different envelopes at the same time, 11 styles of envelopes, 14 different LFO wave shapes, and 13 types of distortion. All can be configured to different outputs and control knob assignments. The possibilities are absolutely endless. If you want to spend the time crafting your own envelope filters, you will be in heaven. If you're a casual player, you can quite easily pick this thing up and jam along to one of the 6 presets. In my books, that justifies the price of admission right there. If you're looking for the ultimate control of your envelopes, filters, distortions, assignments, and outputs, you will absolutely love the application that comes with this, and I can't recommend it for you enough. It's a great little pedal, and I don't even think I've scratched the surface in what the full potential of this thing has. When I find out, I'll let you know. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.